She's beautiful, isn't she?
Yeah, she's stunning.
She's beautiful.
So what we're doing, we're just gathering some information.
Look how beautiful she is.
Yes, oh yes.
Hey guys. Well. The pound for pound number 1 or 2. Is it a Buddhism? It's a smoky Buddhism. Just get to it. What are you talking about, Sham? Well, we're talking about Terence Bud Crawford. He appears on Najee's Cigar Talk, and he is basically saying a lot of things. I will play it in a minute, bits of it. But basically, Terence Crawford is definitely not looking to be undisputed at 154, even though I think it's such I wouldn't say easy feat, but it's definitely a realistic one, an achievable one. But he is, talking about how he can beat Canelo, and doesn't matter about his size. Skills pay the bills. Stand by.
Fighting Canelo was real to you when you was like, oh shit, like this is something I really want to do?
Man, to be honest, I was sitting in the gym and Bill Haney came up to me and he was like, man, forget Spence. He was like, go fight Canelo. And I was looking at him, I was like, man, Canelo way up there. And he was just like, no, that's your fight.
Okay, so we got Bill Haney to either blame or praise. This was pre-Spence fight. So I guess he saw something that Crawford could do. Shouts out.
He was like, Spence ain't your fight. Canelo your fight. He was like, that's the one you need to go after for. So every time I see him, he'd come and be like, Canelo.
You're right. Yeah, you know how Bill do it too, yeah.
So every time, I'll be like, man, come on, man.
Yeah.
So every time he say that, I just be like gradually getting into like looking at like, okay. And he's not that big. He heavy, but he not that big.
Right.
And I'm just like, all right.
But he is very strong. He's a bit of an anomaly for the size and height that he is in the division.
I'm laughing, but at the same time, it started hitting me like, all right, man, maybe he on to something. And then I started sizing him up, and I'm like, all right, well, Canelo 5'7", my arm's longer.
Yeah.
He's strong, I'm strong.
Right.
It'd be, to me, skill for skill.
Did you notice that Terence Crawford didn't say, yeah, and I'm taller? Because according to BoxRec, he's 5'9". But BoxRec lies, so maybe Terence Crawford is like only 5'7". Nah, he's 5'8". Who knows? But you're saying that Canelo's strong and you're strong, but are you stronger than Canelo?
Because Canelo not the biggest 168 fighter.
But neither are you.
So I just started looking into it, and I'm like, man, you know what? That would be a great fight to have a defining legacy fight with an all-time great that's been solidified and accomplished in the sport of boxing.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I know I interviewed Canelo right before his last fight, and of course I asked about you, we talked about the Bud fight, and he was like, well, it's weight classes for a reason, and I'm going to show him that. And obviously we saw, Charlo had the fight, and that went one way, so what you think just about the weight, right? Like you said, y'all about the same size. I think you might be a little taller than him, actually, like me standing next to y'all, but what you think?
Now, two things, Najee. I know you have to appease stroke the ego of the boxer that you're interviewing, but Terence Crawford and Jamel Charlo, two different kettles of fish. One's just a fucking idiot, and one is an ATG in the making as well. So,
just about the weight, like how much of a challenge does that present for you?
Well, he been in the weight class far longer. He actually been up to 175. But at the same time, like I said, skills pay the bills, and I think I got the skills to handle my own.
Now, I do think that Terence Crawford is a more skilled fighter than Canelo Alvarez, has more tools in his toolbox, has a better arsenal, has better gas tank. has better footwork. Obviously, Canelo's flat-footed. Has better reach, length, but Canelo's fought everybody that's got better reach, length. Terence Crawford is a switch hitter, so this is going to be interesting to see Canelo fight a switch hitter.
I'm strong. I think I'm underrated with my power.
Yes, you are strong. Your power isn't underrated, but at the end of the day, at 154, we didn't see a knockout. Or even a knockdown. Comment below if I'm wrong, because that fight was a minute ago, so I don't remember Crawford knocking down Madrimov either.
And I think, he definitely going to have the comfortability with being at the weight for so long, so he's going to be more comfortable. But at the same time, that's what we fight for, to see everything that he's saying, what he's going to do, or if it's going to be easy. That's why we fight, to see how it's really going to go.
Canelo's saying it's going to be easy. I just think that's something that he just has to say as a fighter. He's not going to say, no, maybe. Actually, no. He could say it could be a tough fight. But if he thinks it's going to be easy, then let's see. Mi hermano.
Talk to me just about, I guess, the business part of it, right? Because Turkey is this guy now who, he's shifting the landscape. He's changing things up. And, I seen when he first took the picture with both of y'all, it was a thing. Talk to me about, I guess, when you and Turkey kind of started making it real, when it was like, yo, this is turning into more than an idea.
Well, it was something that, I voiced to him and told him that I wanted. Because once I set my sight and my eyes on Canelo, that was the only fighter that I really was focused on at that time.
Yep, we know.
So I told him, and I told the WBO, Paco, I just told everybody, that's the fight that I want.
Yeah.
And gradually, the fight started coming to fruition, and we're here now.
So keep it real, nigga. Was you worried when the whole Jake Paul conversation was happening? When they was like, yo, Canelo might fight Jake Paul. Keep it real, bro.
To be honest, 100% honest, I didn't know nothing about none of that stuff. Because I wasn't online.
Oh, okay. So you ain't even see the whole...
I didn't see nothing until people started calling me.
Muy interesante.
Right.
When people started calling me, I was like, huh? I was like, what's going on? They was like, man, they canceled your fight and this, and I'm like, shit, I don't know what y'all talking about.
What you talking about, Willis?
Ain't nobody called me, ain't nobody said nothing to me, so, I really can't say what y'all talking about is true. So I didn't really feed into it, and then I reached out to Turkey and, he said everything was Gucci. So.
No, Terence is a cool, calm, collected dude. I know that panic set in and he had to pick up the phone because the panic was in the Buddhism. Because he thought the bag may have been leaving the Buddhism.
Man, I don't know what everybody else was talking about.
It makes business sense for me to really, what was that first conversation like between y'all two?
Well, the first conversation was crazy because he was just, so cool and down there. Fan of boxing, he was my biggest fan.
He told you that?
You know what I mean? And I was his favorite fighter.
Turkey's like that woman that, that's got lots of men on the trot and she tells every single one of them that she loves them. And they're none the wiser. Turkey. I thought Tyson Fury was your favourite fighter. I thought that geezer from England was your favourite fighter. I can't remember his name either. Martin... I don't know. He's been on Riyadh season. Come on, Turkey. You be telling everybody that they're your favourite. They're your favourite fighter.
So it's just like, man, damn, that's dope. You know what I mean? So we started working and everything since. So
with the Madrimov fight, I assume that was a fight that he wanted. And, I thought you beat him. I thought it was 8-4. I had it maybe 9-3, 8-4. But people saying all right, well, this is Terence because at 47 you knocked everybody out, right? Everybody that you fought went out.
Like a light.
So this is the first time we seen the guy make it, to the end. And people say, oh, well, maybe it was the weight or whatever the case is. What do you think about that? Talking about the weight at 154.
Well, I wasn't worried about that. I felt stronger than him. Mm-hmm. I felt that I punched harder than him. I felt as if I hurt him many of times in the fight.
Yeah.
But I just felt like, you know, he came prepared and he was ready.
Not know Terence Crawford is my favourite fighter, but yeah, you felt stronger than him. But was you physically? Yeah, you could have been. But are you strong enough to have knocked him down, knocked him out? Like Canelo has knocked people out. You know, at 160, 168, stopped people. It's not really happening now, but he's still knocking them down, is my point. He's knocking down much bigger guys. And that's at 168, being 5'7". Now, you've come up with like a 10-man knockout spree, 10, 11, and then you get to 54, and the knockouts leave the people dizzy. So size and weight is a factor. Madrimov isn't a small 154-pounder at all. So you could feel how you feel, but the proof's in the pudding. You didn't knock him out at 154. You didn't drop him. So, And listen, Linda, we all know Canelo's never been down on no canvas. He will roll with them punches, and he's got a chin of granite, of titanium, of the stuff that Superman's body was made of. I haven't seen it bend, crease, dent, nada.
He fought a good fight.
Yeah.
He was awkward. He was patient. He was determined. He stuck to his game plan.
So was Jeff Horn, the big dude, but you didn't knock him out. So work. Two things can be right at once. Jeff Horn was a big dude at 147. Went on to fight, I think, all the way up to 160. You didn't knock him out at the end of the day. You still didn't knock out Madrimov. I mean, you still didn't knock out Madrimov. So, you know, it doesn't matter because he stuck to his game plan. You're supposed to make him unstuck from his game plan and stick to the canvas.
And he did what he had to do to make it to the last battle.
Yeah. Has being undisputed at 154 ever crossed your mind at this point that you at in your career?
Do tell, as I lean in.
Not at all, because I'm looking at the landscape of the 154-pound division. There's a lot of great fighters, but there's not a lot of defining fights at 154.
But isn't defining fights or defining a legacy being undisputed? I mean, 3-division undisputed in the 4-belt era. I mean, how is that not legacy defining? I know individually it may not seem like, oh, it's about the bag. Sorry. The bag with the legacy. I get it. I mean, I get it, but I mean, if you could do that, that shows me. I don't think, we know Crawford is probably 2 fights away from going. And that would probably, it could be Canelo and the Canelo rematch. Who knows? But, I mean, Terence Crawford would wash Fundora. He'd wash everybody that's in 154 now. You know. Unless he thinks he doesn't and thinks, let me take the gamble, go up to 168, which is a great feat. Many a fighter has climbed the weight divisions. You know, we had Tommy Hearns, you know, starting at 147, and I think he ended up at either one cruiser. Could be wrong. Was it 175? I know it's 7-division champ. 145, 147, 154, 160. I don't. There was no 168 then. 175. Maybe there was. Cruiser. Tommy Hearns. Let me do my homework. Is he 7-division? You guys can tell me. Yeah, well, we've seen them all do it. You know, Roy Jones Jr. He actually started at 54, 160, 168, 175, skipped cruiser, went to heavyweight. So, you know, we've seen the greats do this. So it isn't anything new. It just seems new because it's in this 4-belt era where everybody doesn't want to do F all and just want to, avoid fights. So I commend my guy, Terence Bud Crawford, for, trying to ascend and push himself, So I'm geeked for this fight. Super geeked. Like, just put me in some nerdy glasses, some buck teeth, and that's me.
There's not a lot of legacy fights at 154. When I'm looking at the landscape of 154, I beat, what's his name?
Majimov? No, 154?
No. The champion that just knocked out Tim Tszyu.
Oh, Bakram. Yeah.
Okay, so Bakram, they're going to say, who was Bakram?
A champ.
Facts.
He knocked out Tim Tszyu that already had losses.
I would put you down with Fedora, though.
But Fedora already been knocked out.
Yeah, he did that.
Canelo's got 2 losses. That's the point. Which, yeah. Oh.
So, along my career, I've been criticized and people have taken credit away from me just to try to diminish my accomplishments.
We know we don't listen to them, and you still went on your run, your two division undisputed run, regardless. So why are you going to start listening to them about the resume downgraders now?
Just off of pure hate.
We'll forget the regulators, but we'll do haters. Mount up. It was a clear, bright night, a clear white moon.
So, what would they be able to say with me going up 2 weight classes? If Canelo become undisputed again and I beat Canelo, what could they say?
Nada. I'll say you're epic, regardless, but they'll say, they'll come with excuses. The Canelites, he was past his prime now. So what was Crawford then? He probably had an injury. Oh, what did you live with him, and was it ever reported? He was too young. Okay, just like before he's past his prime, now he was too young for Terence Crawford. So there's not, and then there's some people that are just not going to say nothing. We're just going to, hopefully they just say shouts out to Terence Crawford, one of the best ATGs. He's an ATG at that point, So, but yeah. Nada.
They'll say something, but
they're gonna find something, that.
But what can they really say?
Right.
Like I said, they should just say nada.
So that's the legacy fight right there for me. I'm not looking at, a lot of people say, he's money hungry, he's looking at money and he's trying to cash out.
It's definitely about the money. I mean, Turkey being involved, it's going to be astronomical amounts of money given to each fighter on both sides. So let's not... Look, Cap is calling. Hello? Where? Hello? Oh, hi, Cap. Yeah, my bad. I'll tell Terence to stop it. I will. Terence, Cap said, stop capping. I don't want him to keep calling me Terence, please. It's about the bag.
I've been getting money for years. I've been getting millions for years.
Yeah.
And I'm not stupid with my money.
Right.
As you can see, I don't buy no Ferraris, Lamborghinis. Tank
Davis. Shouts out to Najee for conducting a great interview. There's lots more, and I'll go and check it out. I'll leave the link in the description. And I thought I'd just, that's what he said. No undisputed run at 154. Canelo set his sights on it. Shouts out to Bill Haney for implementing and planting that seed in Terence Crawford's head. Shouts out for Terence Crawford for watering it, and Turkey Al Sheikh, definitely watering it and making it grow to September the 13th. Great interview. Interesting insights. So I thought I'd bring that from me to you. Well, it's come from Najee, came to Naj, from Najee to me, and from me to you, you to me. You dares, brothers, you dares. Anyway, I'm gone. Hey girl, it's Leah the Shan, rep none less. Come box with Shan. Gyan. Ra. Terence Crawford, number 1 or 2, pound for pound, was in the Buddhism. Gyan.